everyone, this is Aries Moon Girl and this is another prediction video. I'm doing this almost at mid-October because, to be honest, the beginning of October was a bit too shaky to be able to even talk about it. You know, when something happens and you're like catching your breath and you're waiting to see what happens before you can say something. Well, astrology can predict that something big is going to happen, but you never know to what extent, and you never know how big it can be. So, you guys have probably heard about the eclipse that happened on the 2nd of October, and pretty soon after that, we saw some movements on the international scale, which I'm not going to necessarily go into. But anytime we have this type of powerful eclipses and the sky looks like it looks now, actually the sky behind me, it's a very good description of October altogether and the energy that we have in October. So anytime we have a sky that's as heavy as the sky is this month for us, the energies need to play out in their own way, so we can predict the direction, we can predict the intensity, but we don't know what will exactly happen. And this is why I'm here. This is why I'm doing predictions now, because it's good to know that a big energy wave is heading towards you, and it's good to know how to navigate it. We had also an eclipse in September, which was in Pisces, and we've been dealing with water here in Europe, in the USA, with flooding, with tornadoes, with hurricanes since then. And this energy was, again, very much predictable at the time, and I went a bit into it. I would say that the good part is, and why I'm making this video now, is that the worst, most dangerous moments have passed, and those are eclipses. Now it's about navigating the energy of our daily planets and where they're situated at the moment. So, what about October? What's coming our way collectively, but then on individual signs? October is now the 12th of October while I'm doing this video. Since yesterday, Pluto, which I again made a video about going retrograde, Pluto has started going direct again. It's at the very last end of this Capricorn cycle, and Pluto has gone back for the very final time in 16-17 years. The very final time in Capricorn. We're saying goodbye to it. You'll never have this again in our lifetimes. It's transformed all that it had to transform in there. It's transformed the ones that are ruling society. It's transforming how people are dealing with money in society. Is transforming how people are dealing with leadership, and how actually nothing is going to be the same as it was until now. So this is the very final time. We have one more month of this, one more month of Pluto in Capricorn, and then Pluto is going to say goodbye. It turned direct. It's passing again through those very last degrees of Capricorn. But while it does so, it still does still brings to the surface a few intense aspects. This is a time where I want to focus on the cardinal signs. So I would say that if you're an Aries, a Capricorn, a Libra, or a Cancer, this is your time, and you probably have been feeling it very intensely. Mars is in Cancer at the moment, while Pluto is in Capricorn. They are going to make an opposition towards the beginning of November. So exactly on the US election day, they are going to make a fixed opposition on the very last degrees of Capricorn and Cancer. We also have a lot of activity, and we had a lot of activity on Libra, and we had the eclipse on Libra, we have the South Node, and we have the Black Moon Lilith there. So what sign did I leave out? Oh yeah, then my own sign, Aries. This is the sign that gets the most attention this month because Aries has the North Node there, and it's been having Chiron. So Aries have been growing karmically. It's been their time to grow, and we've been growing in our Aries segment of our lives. We've been really putting a lot of focus now. But now this point is heading towards a culmination when there is going to be a full moon in Aries on the 17th. And all of this in the cardinal signs, all these 4 signs are holding our current situation. What does cardinal stand for? Maybe to understand a bit of the times that we're going through. Cardinal is the initiator. Cardinal is the sign that really focuses on something and gets it done. Cardinal is the modality that starts things. So we are at the start of a new era. We are at the end of the last one, but also at the start of a new era. That's why cardinal signs are kicking off this new era. And the new era is going to start probably, let's say, even ahead of 2025. But I think once Pluto leaves Capricorn for good, and at the end of November, we are gonna really start this new thing that we're doing. So, what happens when the full moon goes in Aries on the 17th? At the collective level, I want to talk about it a bit. We've been going through eclipses. The sky has been lately telling us, focus on yourself. So North Node is in Aries, Chiron is in Aries, and now we're closing this year under this full moon, right after an eclipse in the 7th sign, which is Libra. So the theme for this year, actually the eclipse is also happening on the 17th, which is an 8, which this year is also an 8. So completion. We're heading towards completion. And the theme for this completion, what this full moon in Aries wants to tell us all, is I'm starting with the man in the mirror. If you're looking at someone else to sort things out for you, if you're looking at someone else to put the blame on, if you're looking at someone else to pour your dissatisfaction with, the sky is telling us no more. In this relationship with the other, we're suffering a lot now, and what's happening globally also has to do with it. Putting the blame on the other. The other is our enemy. The other is the one that's stealing us of joy. Well, now it's a time to focus on yourself and bring your own joy to yourself, and bring your own rules of life, your own authenticity, your own autonomy to yourself. That's what this full moon is about. So stop blaming others for what's going on with you. Stop even blaming the sky. And thinking of what's going on in all of these signs, it's, if we're looking at the traditional houses of these signs, it's the first house is the house where we can do something. The other houses have to do with the others, the partnership, our partners, our friends, our enemies, our spouses are in Libra, and Libra is not having the best of times now astrologically. Then you have the 10th house where Pluto is, and that's our leadership. And our leadership has been under Pluto for about 16, 17 years now. So our leadership is not where we are looking towards for help. Our partners, our enemies, our significant others are not where we're looking at for help. And also in our 4th house, so the house of Cancer, the house of your origin, your family, this is not where you're looking at. This is all now surrounded by energies that are actually a bit dangerous for us. So it's not looking to the outside world for fixing this, it's looking to the inside world. And we're heading to our culmination point of realizing where our role in creating this reality is. This is what this Aries full moon is about, and this is what we're focusing on. So I'm gonna go through the signs. This stays for everyone, but of course this for any Aries risings and Aries sun, even Aries moon, what I just said is 10 times 10. So because your 1st house is in Aries, your 4th house is in Cancer, your 7th house is in Libra, and your 10th house is in Capricorn. So again, look to yourself, don't blame it on others, understand about yourself, become your own person, find your authentic voice. Like everything explodes in you, like the person that you are, like bubbles to the surface now, and you are your own best savior, you are your own best knight in shining armor, you are your own best source of energy through challenging times. So that's the big recommendation for Aries. Look to yourself, look what you have learned in these past 2 years especially, look how you have grown, and also many things might come to a closure, you might accomplish things and draw the results from it. For Taurus, this is happening, and I'm gonna go a bit faster, but this is happening in your 12th house. So on a subconscious level, you're doing the work. You might not feel it as much in the outer world, although you might feel it on your physical body, and you might be wondering, why am I not feeling so great physically? Why have I not been doing so great? Or even in the case of communication, you might have had some fights, or you might have been in a type of energy that's not so productive. That's because you are internally not feeling so great, or you haven't been paying too much attention to that. And now this 2 years where it was all about discovering your inner voice, your inner self, what's causing harm in your subconscious mind, and what's hidden there. Now it's all gonna come to the surface, and you'll be like, oh, I've been feeling this pain, or I've been going through this because actually I'm not good in the relationship to someone that's close to me, or something will come to the surface, and this will help you deal with the things that are coming out on your physical self, or in the relationship with others. I would say that you might have sleepless nights. If you do so, just try to learn from what thoughts are coming to the surface. Like, try to write them down, try to write your dreams down. This is a time where a lot is revealed. For Gemini, this is in the 11th house of friends. You I think the topic for you is around friends, it's around family, so kids in this sense. You might also be dealing with a lot of intensity at work, a lot of intensity with your friends, a lot of intensity in the groups of people that surround you, a lot of intensity or issues with your kids. And because a lot of energy is on you also with Jupiter, it's a time where you're kind of protected in a way, but at the same time you're protected, but you need to deal with everyone else. You need to deal with everyone else's problems. You need to deal with everyone else's emotions. You need to deal with a lot of social contacts. You need to be out in the world. And yeah, I don't think this is a bad placement. It's a good placement. You need to see what's coming from those friends, and maybe some friendships are breaking, maybe some friendships are coming to an end, but maybe other friendships are becoming stronger through this time. So keep your friends closer and your enemies even closer. Cancer. Cancer, you are like a ball of fire. You are standing on your edges, like ready to go, ready to explode. And the thing is, the moon is in Aries and Mars is in Cancer. So you have the mutual aspect here. And this is happening in your 10th house of career. So you are active beyond compare, and your work life is acting beyond compare, and your partnerships are falling apart as well. So it's like a house on fire and you don't know where to put it out first, but at the same time you're the one that's putting the gas because you're Mars. You're going after all these things. You're becoming more aggressive. You're the one that's causing the fight. You're the one that's causing the fight in the house. You're the ones that's too much at their career, and it might affect your relationship. But I think the lesson here is career is now really reaching a point where all the hard work that you have put in will pay out results. It might suffer in other areas like your home life or your partnership, but you feel like, okay, I'm heading towards my deepest goals in my career and I'm getting the results now. And this is where you want to keep on pushing for a bit longer, not much longer, but a bit longer, to draw the results from what you were working on. Leo, this is happening in your 9th house, and you have your 3rd house of communication, so travel, communication, work life. You might be traveling, you might be out of the country at the moment, you might be going to your dream location, you might be traveling with work, you might be like really... I think for Leos, this is not a hard time. This is not the type of time that impacts Leos the most. You might feel it, but you're not really bothered by it. It's business as usual, with a bit of focus on travel and with a bit of reward coming from going to other places. Yeah. Be careful though that your subconscious mind, you might feel like, oh, it's all great, but your Mars is in your 12th house. So your subconscious mind might still deal with some issues that you're burying there. And Mars will bring them to the surface. Mars has a few more months of being there and bringing things to the surface. But for now, yeah, just take a travel, enjoy, live life. Yeah, while the rest of us are out here putting out fires. I'm joking. Virgo, so for you, yeah, this is happening in your 8th house. And at the same time, in your 2nd house, you have the South Node. I feel like we could be talking about some inheritance or investing money or getting money from yeah, from your spouse, or there's this is the money axis where this is happening for you. And then again, with Pluto in the 5th house, there's also room for speculation. So if you're investing, you might get the results now. If you're being creative or so, you might have money coming your way. But I tend to believe that the money is mostly coming not from your own work, but through the resource of others, or through investment, or through a loan, or through there's definitely some financial activity going on. And also you have powerful and active friends that are supporting you. Mars is in your 11th house, so powerful, active, maybe a bit also challenging in terms of some partnerships or friendships. But at the same time, I feel it's a good time to join someone and start investing in some secret tips that are coming from your friends group. Okay, Libra. Libras, this is your birthday month, but it's one of the hardest birthday months you had in a while. Maybe some of you are not feeling it as much because the energies can be subtle. But I think that if you're not feeling it, you should start feeling it, because now your partnership house is gonna be on fire. So I said for Aries and for us in general, we need to focus on ourselves. Well, Libras, for you it's gonna be a bit harder to focus on yourself, and it's gonna be a bit more rewarding to focus on others. I feel, I'm gonna say something that's a bit contradictory, but I feel that Libras have lost their way recently, have lost the trust in themselves. South node is there, while North node is in Aries. Dark Moon Lilith. So I wouldn't say bet on yourself 100%. I would say listen to the other side of the story. Listen to what's coming from your friend. Listen to what's coming from your enemy. Listen to the other side of the story and draw the conclusion. You're trying to balance things. Libras, this is not the time to balance things, and this is not the time to even be logic. It's a time to be authentic, and it's a time to be autonomous. It's a time to not step on anyone's toes. It's a time to stick to your own things. And this is coming for you from your enemy partner sign, who's teaching you, okay, things are gonna come to an end. You might have to lose this one in order to earn, to win on the long run. So this time is not about you balancing things. It's about you finding your authentic inner self and starting with you before you start with others. Before you expect of others, expect of yourself and work on yourself. That's the most important part. A lot of work as well, a lot of things going on at home. Very busy time. Partners, everything is taking you out of your rituals, is taking you out of your usual ways where you think you might be comfortable. It's not a time to be comfortable. It's a time to learn from the others and be authentic. It's a time to tap into what you can do, so that things are peaceful and nice on the outside, not what others can do. Okay, Scorpio. And for you, actually, I think we're going through good times, actually, for Scorpio. It's not as bad, because Pluto is turning direct. Pluto is always influencing you. So retrograde wasn't great. Capricorn is still a friendly sign to you. So while Pluto is there, it's all going okay. You might feel your subconscious mind a lot more activated. You might feel your health is not in the best shape. So I would pay attention to my health, to the rituals, to how you're keeping yourself healthy. But at the same time, you have Sun there. So Sun is going to enter Scorpio on the 22nd. and then we had Venus. So I feel like this is a time where you're taking care of your rituals, you're taking care of your body, you're you're actually working on your health a lot. It's a time where you might feel this, as I said about Leo, you might feel this a bit less, and actually it might be a bit benefic for you. You also deal well in hard times, so this is not the worst of times for you. So for Scorpios, enjoy the ride. Be careful of your health. Like, this is the big thing. Anything that you do that will cause you something negative in your health, that you will come out. Every good ritual or you trying to work on your health will pay out on the long run positively. Okay, and then we have Sagittarius. Sagittarius, this is a thing, you're going to be focused on your kids, you're going to be focused on creation, you're going to be focused on love life, you're going to be focused on fun, exciting things. You might have some issues with a group of friends, so again, this axis of friends and kids, you might, in this case, I would say probably focusing on being creative and focusing on your kids will be a good point. If anyone upsets you in your environment, I would say that now is the time to, be a bit more soft and go with the flow, because Jupiter is in your partnership sign. So you tend to get a lot more value from others, again, looking at others to get insights. And now focusing on friends, focusing on kids, on partnership, this is the time for you to do that, and to to not go through the hard things in life. You might be stressed a bit about money, but you've been stressed about money now for a while, so like 17 years. So your money troubles are coming to an end soon. Capricorn, oh my sweet Capricorns, Mars is gonna oppose Pluto soon. You have some other influences all throughout October. You have this full moon in your house of family. You have Mars in your partnership house. You have South Node and Black Moon Lilith in your 10th house. I don't know where it's best to hide for this last few weeks, but I think you transformed so much. You've been through so much. Anyone that has a lot of Capricorn has been through so much over this past 16 years, that this is gonna come to an end soon. And Pluto has already gone back and brought to you what you deserved, in good or bad. We're heading towards a time that's going to be a lot more quiet, a lot more peaceful, a lot better for you. And that's around the corner. But until then, this is the last month of pain, I promise. And then it's all going to go a lot more smooth. On this last month, just focus on yourself, focus on your deeper inner transformation. And the sources of joy for this time are gonna be are gonna be hard work. I think, like, continuing to work on yourself, work at work. This is gonna be where you can get a bit of quietness, because at home it's still gonna be a lot going on. You're still gonna notice a lot going on. But soon this will quiet down, and Capricorns will be off the hook. We're heading towards Aquarius, and Aquarius has Pluto in the 12th house. It's turned. So Aquarius got a sense of what Pluto in the first house would mean, and then Pluto went back, and Aquarius felt a bit like, phew, I'm all good now. So from that point of view, you're doing a bit better. You also have joy from kids, Jupiter in the 5th house. That's what's bringing you joy these days. That's what's lightening up your life. 6th house, you might need to pay attention to health, and also you might not want to travel at this time. You might want to stay home, enjoy creativity, enjoy time with your family. If you travel, just travel like short distance travel, stay in your local neighborhoods, talk to friends. All of this will be beneficial towards this time. So yeah, I think not a bad week for you guys. Pisces. I've spoken so much, but I haven't mentioned Saturn and Neptune. That's still in Pisces, but when I get to Pisces I need to mention it. So you still have Saturn there, and you have Neptune, and Neptune is trining Pluto. You have different aspects that actually make life easier, but at the same time that Saturn has been tough for you for a while, and the ruler of Saturn, Capricorn, has Pluto now going back. So you probably felt it. Maybe you felt it in your career, like especially Pisces sons, you've been working hard for the past 1.5 years. You've been dealing with stuff. It's been hard, and now with Pluto back, it's again hard, especially when it comes to work. If it's a Pisces moon, it might be a more emotional thing, or even health. And now on your 5th house of creativity or kids, that might be a focus now. So you might really want to create something. You might really want to achieve something creative. You might really want to discipline your kids. You might really want to have kids. You're putting a lot of efforts into this, and yeah, I would say for now also focus on working hard, focus on your money, because the eclipse is in your 8th house, but the full moon is in your 2nd house. So it's about your own money, the money that you make with your hard-working Saturn work over the years. So take advantage of the money that you are making with your own hard work. Focus on creativity, create something out there. And also hold in there, because also for you it's going to be a bit easier once Pluto goes out of Capricorn, because Saturn will at least just be Saturn without the Pluto influences. And Neptune is still there, so enjoy it while it lasts. Neptune has been there for you for a while. Me, myself, as a Pisces, I loved it. I know people say Neptune is not that great. I think it's great, especially if you have Saturn. It's great to still have an anesthetic there and not see everything gray and dark and hard. So yeah, for Pisces, not such a bad week, but focus on work, focus on making money, focus on creating things, focus on kids, and all will be okay. Thank you so much. This is my prediction for October, with a focus on next week when this full moon will be. The times are like the sky behind me, so hard times, but now it started raining, so some of this energy is releasing, and then the clouds will dissipate. This is how the sky is at the moment. Also the sky behind me, but also the astrological sky. So we've been going through a lot, but it's slowly starting to dissipate, and by the end of November we should be in a different place. So buckle up and enjoy the ride. Until next time, I'm Aries Moon Girl. I care about the stars, but most of all, I care about you, and this is why I do these videos. Please subscribe. Please let me know what type of videos you would like to see on this channel. And yeah, please give me a thumbs up as well. Thank you so much. And until next time, bye bye.